Okay, today's video is the GTX build. Somebody made videos back around Christmas time and forgot to post them. That's what happens when you got multiple SD cards on your cameras and you lose track of them. So anyways, we're going back to the GTX build because this is suspension and exhaust and whatever else that's on there. So cue up the video, Chuck, and let's see where this goes. We'll talk to you at the end because it's now what, middle of January, so this was like a month ago. So anyways, cheers my friends, enjoy. Okay, amigos, we are back on the bench today. How about that? We got a little bit of free time during holiday season, Christmas break. It's quiet at work. I'm not working much, so that means yes, I can do some tinkering before we head off to the big city. And yes, suspension time on the GTX. Let's move the leftover Christmas candies out of the way again. We got lots of those. Have some of this. Here, go ahead, try it out. Oh, there we go. Now we're ready to build. That's some good stuff. This is Model Builder's fuel right there, my friends. If you're not trying this, you're not getting enough work done. Mind ya, I don't get enough work done anyway. I'm too busy. I'm like a squirrel. If there's something else going on, I'll be watching it or I get sidetracked. Like I am now, getting sidetracked going blah blah blah. Anyways, turn the camera around. Let's get on her, Chuck, as I say. Okay, I started things off by cleaning the crap off this brush because I did some painting. I did black. I can't remember what I did. But anyways, we had to clean the brush. Had big globs because I used lacquer thinner to clean off acrylic, and that's what happens because they're not compatible, my friends. So we're gonna ignore the interior. Shocks, I guess exhaust goes first. I might brown that up, but it's okay because I got red there, so I might match it. I don't know, we'll see what happens. We'll put this in first and go, yeah, whatever, blah blah blah. We'll go with that and see what happens. So in this situation, we're gonna have to cut the exhaust off of the sprue tree. Now, yes, I painted this on the sprue, but you know what? Some people cut them off, and that's okay. What I do, or cut them off, then paint them separate. Sorry, excuse my French, or whatever language insert here. But I'll cut it off and then just come back and touch it up. You don't see it, especially a blind guy like me who can't see out of his right eye. Actually, I got 20% vision out of my right eye, just to say, you know. Yeah, but anyways, that's all I do. For me, that works, is what it is. And then on something like this, I just peel the paint off, or scrape the paint off my posts, and then I glue it on. I never put my glue on the paint and then glue it paint to paint, so to speak, because it's not going to stick. It's eventually going to fall off. I want that plastic to melt and bond. And today we're using this non-toxic cement. It's the only one I got other than this stuff here, which actually works good. I got various super glues in that, but you know what? I'm old school. I still love this stuff. Actually, not the non-toxic. I like the red full toxic better, but this stuff, I can sniff the hell out of it all day, get high, and it's not gonna be toxic to my brain. I'm just kidding, kids. Don't take that one serious. Oh my god, I'm gonna get myself in trouble, sued because somebody went sniffing some blue non-toxic cement. Anyhow, yeah, blah blah blah. Now after cutting them off, I'll get those little nipples, and like I say, by the time I just take my knife, scrape that nipple off and cover it up, hey, it's as good as whatever, you know. And there you go. I took my silver and see, gone. You don't even notice where I cut that parting line off. So there we go. The other thing I did was there was a casting line in there, and it's not there anymore. Like the factory plastic line, you can make out where on this side right there. There's a little bit. Whoops, sorry about that. Right there, there's some, I missed that one. So there is a line there. But hey, you know what? We're not perfect. It's not a perfect build. Is what it is. it'll look good in there. Well, first step, we did manage to get the exhaust glued in, and let's just take that off. My mock-up, I did also glue the backings on it just to give it some strength on that, so that looks fairly decent. Now, the other part I'm going to do on this was, I want to bring the back end up just a hair, so I think I'm going to put a block on the back shock spring. That's what we're gonna, shock spring, leaf spring. Gee, well, okay there, buddy, get with the program. So I'm gonna bring this back up just a hair, and it will lift that center line of the axle just a hair. Not much, maybe that much. So that's just enough to get the look I want as far as my mock-up goes. Now what I'm going to use is this little nipple right there. And notice, if the camera picks this up, I already filed down this nipple a little bit. Where am I? Right there. So it's a little bit flatter. So I just took my file, one of my favorite tools besides the saw that I'm going to use to cut that out. And then I'll cut this piece in half and use one on one side and one in the other, and I'll kind of do the best mock-up I can and see how the wheels look on the body. What else did I have to say? Yeah, interior. Oh, I should have primered that. So hindsight second guessing things. I'm gonna sand and prime that back thing, because see what happens on that tray there. The mold line is coming out. So see the mold line there? You can see it, and it's coming through the other side. So that will be yeah, on the interior section. That's not today. So a couple things on the go here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, when you got hands of steel, this is what you can do. Yeah, my hands aren't as rough as others, but you know what? After years of doing work, mechanical work, fabbing work, stuff like that, you know what? When you cut, you don't bleed anymore. And this one I'm going so light that, you know what? Even though I am touching my skin barely, I'm trying to go by feel as not to cut in here. Look at that. See? Nothing. But yet, we did manage to almost slice through. There we go. Oh. Hold on. I lied. See, there we go. So we got two pieces. Yeah, my hands are beat up like hell, but you know what? As you can see in the videos, all the cuts and all over the place. So if you look at that drive shaft, that is black, and I want to paint it steel. So I'm going to go back to using up my duplicolor. Got to get rid of this. It's spraying out, as I said, incorrect. I could spray it into here and then use a spray gun. And I tried a sample, and it already dried up. I actually had trouble getting the lid off, even though I didn't get any on the lid. So maybe I tightened it too much. Anyhow, I could add a bit of thinner there and thin that out. That will melt again. And I think what I might do, because that's not enough paint, I'm going to spray a little more. We'll do that. I also want to do that front suspension linkage, and I'm trying to wait while I wait for that to set up. That's the little things that I'm doing. Uh-oh, we have a huge problem here, my friends. Huge problem. Look at this. Look at empty. What are we gonna do? Backup plan B. Haha. Merry freaking Christmas, Chuck. Oh. Here goes nothing. Or something. Oh, salute, my friends. Ooh. It's pretty strong. Oh, wow, yeah. That's stiff. That's what she said. Well, I managed to get all the paint scraped off the assembly mounting points. So ready to glue it on. So next, take a sip and say ah. Ah, that's good. Okay, let's see if the phone camera comes in better than the other camera. So this is what I whittled off, and it's that big. Look at those beautiful hands painted up. So yeah, we're gonna cut that in half, and it's actually the perfect width, that width there, to fit on there. So 2 pieces of that, and it's only gonna lift it a little bit, which brings up the next question, which is enough. The shocks might be too short now, so anyways, that is what we got. Actually, the phone does come in clear, doesn't it? Well, there's our spring lift kit right there, glued in. So do the other one now. So, fast forwarding a little bit in time, this is what we got. Yep, everything is assembled. I like it. It looks fairly good. You know, it looks like a used chassis that would have ran on the streets way back in the 70s. That's kind of the theme that we're going here. Yeah, that looks really well. And I didn't want to raise the rear end a lot, just a little bit. So I'm thinking those little lift bars are going to help in the long run. But that's another story for a different time, the stance and whatever else. So my friends, that means we should go back to nowadays, middle of January, and say thanks muchly for watching today's video. It's a little bit longer. I totally forgot I had this video in my cache collection here. So cheers, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, we appreciate it. Some little ideas that I'm sharing with you guys that I do on my builds. So stay awesome, my friends. We'll see you next video.